Guys, are you ready for another Instagram updates video? Well, I hope you are, because there's quite a few features that I want to talk to you about today. Some of them are pretty substantial. There's a secret feature that I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to know about, and I definitely don't think I'm supposed to tell you guys about it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. And there's also another feature that I actually don't like, and I don't think any of us should be using. So, I don't like to waste time. Let's get straight to Instagram's new updates. This video is sponsored by HubSpot, more on them later. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a huge one. This one can massively disrupt the way that we use Instagram. So this one is called collaborative feeds, and this is one that is in testing, so it hasn't been rolled out yet. Essentially what it is a feature which allows you to merge your Instagram home feed with someone else. So essentially you could partner up with someone else and say, hey, I wanna see what you see on your Instagram home feed. You can select the option to do so. So when you open up Instagram, you will see your content that you normally get shown on Instagram, in addition to your friends' content. I know, it's a hard one to get your head around, and I've not seen any other social media platform do this, so I have no idea how well this is going to be pulled off. Instagram are positioning this feature as a way to allow people to connect with others through common interests. So let's say you're really into fashion and you've got a friend who's also really into fashion. The idea here is that you could collaborate your home feeds so that you start to discover new fashion creators and new content through that mutual interest, right? From our perspective, so for the content creators, the business owners, the influencers, etc., all of you guys watching this video today, from our perspective, this is going to be an interesting feature, because if it is announced and if it is rolled out globally, it could provide us with a new opportunity to reach a lot more people. Because think of it this way. Let's say you've got someone in your audience called Mary. Mary absolutely loves your content, but you're not being seen by a lot of other people outside of Mary, right? Let's say Mary decides to join her feed with a bunch of her friends. Suddenly, all of Mary's friends are going to now see your content because Mary likes your content, which gives you and me a brand new opportunity to reach a new audience. As I mentioned, this feature is in testing. Who knows if it's going to be rolled out globally? I really want to know from you guys what you think about it though, so be sure to let me know in the comments. Okay, next up, Reels. You might be thinking, okay, but what about Reels? Well, actually, there's a few things that we need to talk about when it comes to Reels updates. The first one is the Reels editor. This is the one that I'm most excited about, and it's also the one that's been a long time coming. TikTok updated their editor a while ago, and I knew the second they did that, it wouldn't be long before Instagram followed suit. So if you've not checked out Instagram recently, you may not have seen this, but they've updated their Reels editor to make it a lot easier for you to edit. I put a screen recording on the screen so you can have a look at what it currently looks like. But essentially, it allows you to edit all the different elements of your reel. So everything from the clips that you're using, the text, the audio, etc. It allows you to edit all of those elements by using the timeline interface, which is really similar to what normal video editors use. So when you use a standard video editor like iMovie or DaVinci Resolve or something, you always edit using a timeline. So they've basically brought this to the Instagram app. So it's a lot easier for you to trim your video clips, move them around, trim the text on the screen so you can really clearly see how long it's going to be on the screen for, align the music that you want to use so that the right part is playing at the right time. It's just overall a lot more intuitive and a lot better to use. In addition to this, there are some new metrics for Instagram Reels. Metrics basically mean a measurement or a way to measure something, right? So there's two new metrics. One is watch time and the other one is average watch time. The watch time metric is basically adding up all of the seconds, minutes, hours that people have spent watching your reel and just gives you the total number. It's not the most useful metric in the world, I'm not gonna lie to you. The average watch time is a lot better. See, what this metric is gonna tell you is how much of your reel people are watching on average. So let's say you have a 60-second reel, you might see that your watch time is 5 seconds. It's not a good sign, because that is clearly telling you that even though you've got 60 seconds worth of content, on average, people are only watching 5 seconds of it. So when it comes to how to use these metrics, I do recommend paying attention to the average watch time metric. And you basically want to ask yourself, is this a good amount of watch time compared to how long my reel is? In that example, 5 seconds of watch time for a 60-second reel isn't great. 20 to 30 seconds of watch time for a 60-second reel is a lot better. If you're noticing that your watch time is on the lower end, then what you want to do is pay attention to your hook, because that is usually the main thing what decides whether or not someone's going to watch your content for a while. So your hook is the first few seconds of your reel that is designed to capture your audience's attention. If you get good at saying something or doing something that captures your audience's attention, they're more likely to watch the rest of your video, and that is how you're going to increase your average watch time. I'm going to link to a video up here. It's one of my favorites. I actually think it's my most popular video now. So if that doesn't tell you that it's a good video, then I don't know what does. It's all about my Reels hacks and like tips and tricks. So I recommend giving that a watch if you're struggling with your Reels. Hey guys, Future Jade here. I wanted to jump in because I've got an incredible resource that I need to share with you guys. It's completely free and it's going to change the game for you when it comes to your Instagram efforts. So this resource is called the Instagram Engagement Report and it is made by HubSpot. Now, HubSpot came together with Mention to bring you data from over 37 million Instagram posts so that you can inform your Instagram strategy in 2023 and beyond. So this report is absolutely major. So this report is perfect for anyone who's looking to really up-level their Instagram game, which I'm guessing you are, because if you're keeping up to date with Instagram features, then I'm willing to bet that you're someone who is an avid user of Instagram. So I'm going to run you through some of the key things that this Instagram report includes. It includes tips and tricks for growing your following, engagement trends, best practice for hashtag usage, including a lot of different examples from the top brands on Instagram. It even includes insights that are specific to different regions, right? Now, there are two parts of this report that are my absolute favorite sections. So when you download it, remember it's free. Make sure that you pay special attention to these parts. The first part is where they break down engagement by content type. So essentially they break down all of the data that they've gathered to map out which different types of content on Instagram. So whether it's reels or photos, etc., it will break down the average engagement by content type. So you can use this information to inform your future Instagram strategy. The other part that I absolutely love and that I feel like you guys will love too is their 10 tips for mastering video. So this is for anyone who wants to get started with any form of video creation, specifically on Instagram, like reels and lives. These tips are game changers, so pay special attention to them. If you want to get your hands on HubSpot's free Instagram engagement report, which I'm willing to bet that you do, be sure to head to the link in my description and get your hands on it. Okay, so this next hack is a bit of a secret one, but it's actually been rolled out to most countries already, so you probably already have access to it. This hack is called collaborative collections. It basically allows you to save content into your direct messaging chats. Now, when I first heard about this update, I was like, what? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I was like, why does anyone need this? However, since I've had my hands on it, I've actually started to realize how this could be quite useful. So to give you an example of how I've been using it, myself and my fiance are getting married in October, which is in a couple months, and that's very scary because we are not ready. Anyway, as preparation for getting married, a lot of the time we see things on Instagram and then we'll like save content or reels to our own folders. I've got like a wedding inspo folder. Sometimes I'll send it to him or I'll show it to him when we're together. And that's all well and good. However, with this new feature, we can actually save our wedding inspo content into a direct messaging chat so that both of us have access to this content. So it's not like I have my own folder, he has his own folder. We now have a collaborative folder that we can add to and remove from on a regular basis. A bit like shared albums on iPhone. If you have an iPhone, you might be familiar, where you can both add and remove content from it. It's a similar concept to that. So this is an interesting feature that I think will be useful to some people, but not everyone. I don't think it has a huge impact on us as creators in terms of how we can grow or engage with our audience better. I don't think it's going to make massive waves from us from that perspective. However, it is still very useful for us to be aware of because it might just enhance our experience as Instagram users. All right, shall we talk about the update that I actually do not like and I don't think anyone should be using? Being very opinionated in today's video. This update is the multiple links in bio update. So if you've not seen it, you can now add multiple links to your bio using Instagram. So you might be thinking, Jade, hun, everyone's been adding multiple links to their bio for a while. And if that's what you're thinking, I hear you, but you might be referring to other link in bio tools. Like Later has one, Koji has one, Milkshake, Linktree is a really popular one. There's a lot of them, right? So you might be referring to those tools where people use a third party to aggregate all of their links and put them into their bio in a really mobile friendly format. That might be what you're thinking of. This is actually a lot more new. And there are some people in my community, for example, who have actually been able to add multiple links to their bio for a while. I have actually been able to do it for about 6 months, but Instagram did come out within the last month and say that now everyone can. So I'm assuming maybe I was just one of the lucky ones for a change. So the reason why I don't like this feature is because when you use it, it doesn't allow you to add any context and any branding to the links that you're including. It is a very simple tool which allows you to quite literally add multiple links, add some text around it, but that is it. The reason why this is important is because how you present your links will impact how many people click on your links. And a lot of us forget that. Our link in bio tool and the branding we use and the descriptions that we use for our links, they're actually like adverts for our links. If you want people to shop on your website, you better make sure that you've titled your link with something really engaging. You better make sure that your link in bio looks well on brand and it's visually appealing and it's easy to navigate. If you don't have those things, there's a chance people won't click on on your links. And therefore, what's the point of even having them in your bio anyway if no one's going to click on them? So I personally think that other link aggregation tools like the ones that I mentioned before are significantly better. In addition to the reasons that I just mentioned, if you want to use Instagram's tool and link to multiple different websites using Instagram itself, so their brand new feature, that's totally fair. But you should also be aware of the fact that you do not have access to analytics around those links. And that is something that you do get from almost every other link in bio tool on the market. You get the ability to look at how many people are clicking on your links, how many people are interacting with your links. For some link in bio tools, you can even see how many people are looking at your links right now. Like I can go and check right now how many people are currently looking at my links, right? You don't get that level of analytics or any analytics at the moment if you use Instagram's version of this tool. So I am under no illusion that they're not going to work on this tool, and this isn't just the first iteration. I'm sure it's going to get a lot better, but at the moment it's not great, and therefore I don't think it's a tool that we should all be using. Okay, so there's a bonus update here that I want to talk about, and it's a bonus one because it's not brand new, it's more of a development of an update that I spoke about before. It's Meta Verified. That's right, guys, we're talking about Meta Verified. If you don't know what Meta Verified is, I'm going to give you a quick overview, but I recommend you watch this video because I go into a lot of depth in regards to what it is and what it means for us. So definitely give that a watch. So in terms of a reminder, Meta Verified is a subscription service that Meta, who own Facebook and Instagram, have decided to roll out for Instagram and Facebook users. Essentially, what it encourages you to do is to pay a monthly subscription fee in order to unlock a few features. Now, when it was first announced, the features were different to what they currently are. So originally they said you would get access to a chat function, which will allow you to troubleshoot any issues that you're having, monitoring of like fake accounts and better security in that area, a blue tick, so the actual verification badge, and additional reach. So this was going to allow you to essentially pay to reach more people. Now, there were several concerns when it came to that. I had several concerns when it came to that, mostly to do with the quality of the content that we were going to start to see on Instagram if people were paying to get reach rather than it being based on content quality. Also, based on those initial concerns, I did predict that they were probably going to change Meta Verified in some way because the backlash was extreme, and Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, has said multiple times that he does read the comments and he does listen to his audience. So, true to his word, he saw the backlash and he's changed Meta Verified. So, it was originally rolled out to Australia and New Zealand, and then it was extended to Canada and US. However, after the initial testing period in Australia and New Zealand, Meta decided to change Meta Verified and remove the extended reach. So you still need to pay a monthly fee to get access to Meta Verified and all the features that I mentioned, but you will not get extended reach. In addition to that, I'm pretty sure the price has gone up. So now it's $14.99, that's US dollars, per month for the mobile version. And then the web app is different. It's like $11.99 per month, which I can't get my head around. If you're verified on the web, then you're also verified on the mobile app. So that might be more of a Facebook specific thing. But regardless, I'm pretty sure the price has gone up despite us actually receiving less. So I really want to know what you guys think about that in the comments, because I know some of you will be like, good, we shouldn't be paying for reach anyway, we should just get reach organically. But I also know that there's a lot of people who are looking forward to the opportunity to reach more people because they were sick and tired of their reach being low. So what side of the fence do you sit on? Please let me know in the comments. Okay guys, that is it for this edition of Instagram Updates. I'm sure I'll be back with another one in probably 1 to 2 months time because we all know what Instagram's like. By the time we get to the end of summer, they've probably changed the name of the app because they love a bit of change. If you feel like hanging around, I recommend watching this video. It's all about my secret tools that I recommend you use as a content creator. It includes some seriously game-changing tools, so I really recommend that you check those out. Do not forget to get your hand on HubSpot's free resource, which details 20 Instagram engagement hacks. It is available for you to get right now via the link in my description. Thank you so much for watching as always. Can't wait to see you in my next video.